Alrighty. Okay, welcome to week 3 of our new coach training calls. I'm excited to chat with all of you today. We are going to get started talking about challenge groups. So challenge groups are how we continue to engage all of the people that are our customers who are working on their health and fitness journeys, how we continue to engage them, keep them held accountable, provide valuable information, stay up to date with them on their health and fitness journey, all that good stuff. We do that through challenge groups. Some people choose to run a challenge group every month, so they're starting a new one every month. Some people choose to run one giant challenge group that stays open and you just keep adding people in. Some people choose to do a program-focused challenge group. Some people choose to do it where you can come in with whatever program you want. It's totally your preference. Typically, when you start running challenge groups, you run with your upline coach. So you'll jump into theirs, you'll see how they're working on it. If you don't have an active upline coach, ask the coach above that because you do have one that's active if you're on Wild Impact. Actually, we're all on Wild Impact, but we're also all part of Kelly and Patty's downlines, and we all run monthly challenge groups. So there is something to invite to for sure. So you'll hop in with your coach, and you will figure out by watching and participating in how it works. So within the challenge groups, you want to make sure you are the world's best challenger because the people that you invite are going to be watching you. So if you're posting about your workouts, they post about their workouts. If you're posting about what you're eating, they post about what they're eating. Why you like Shakeology, they post about why they like Shakeology. So they're going to really watch you. If you're commenting on people's things, liking people's things, doing a video, all that stuff, they're going to follow your lead. Now, you'll always get a range of people, some of them being people who really want to engage in the challenge group and some of them who do not, and they're kind of like flies on the wall. One of my most amazing best coaches was a fly on the wall for 2 months. She didn't say a word. She was in there, and now she's a rock star coach. She's pushing for diamond. She's just about there. So let people go at their own pace. Make sure they have that public place. Well, it's a private challenge group, but it's public, meaning there's more than one person in there. It's not just you and them in the relationship. And support them in both ways. So what I like to do, is run my challenge group once a month. So I do one per month. If for some reason things are like a little bit off or there's a huge push going on or I'm really pushing for something, I'll do 2 challenge groups. But typically it's one challenge group per month. I run them with a couple other coaches. You never want to just be by yourself, at least in the beginning for a long time, because a challenge group with 3 people in it or 4 people in it or 2 people in it is going to be really quiet. So there's success in numbers. When you team up with your upline coach or your success partner or another coach on your team, there's more engagement, there's more positivity, there's more action, and people are more likely to stay engaged in the group. So you may be saying, okay, my challenge group started and it went quiet. Like nothing's happening in there. It's super quiet. I'm the only one posting. We have all been there and it really sucks. Like it's just not fun. So I have come up with some ways. I love my challenge groups. They're always now have tons of engagement. People stay with me after month. They keep wanting to join the next one. I think we're up to like 60 people this month who just started a week and a half ago because they like the positive energy in there. I show up at least once a day. I provide value and I stay with them on their journey. So here's how I start somebody out in the challenge group. First, I set up the challenge group without anybody in it. So you go to your Facebook page, you click groups, you click create new group. If you don't know how to do this, you can watch any YouTube video on how to create a Facebook group, and you call it, mine are always Project Love Yourself, and then lately I've been changing the month, because that's what my mission is as a coach, to help people really believe in themselves, women believe in themselves. So Project Love Yourself, I will load in a whole bunch of awesome information. I'll put in the digital version of the 21-Day Fix nutrition plan. I'll put in a cheat sheet for how big the containers are for those that haven't gotten them yet. I'll do how they determine their bracket. I'll do a shopping list. I'll do a blank food journal, all that kind of stuff. I'll put in some food plan, nutrition plans, all of that amazing stuff I do before anybody else is in the group. So it's going to ask you to add one other person. So I usually pick either my success partner or one of the coaches I'm running with, and I add them to the group, because you can't have a group with just yourself. Don't add your challengers yet. Give yourself that day or two to get the group looking nice. I put a description in there. This group is created to focus on fitness and nutrition. We hold one another accountable. All are welcome, right? So I put that as the description. I'll seed a post or two in there. I'll say, hey, welcome to the group. I'm super excited to get started with you on Monday, May 1st. I'm ready to rock. And then I'll put a motivational quote. That way, when I start adding my people into the challenge group, it's not empty, right? They're not like, what is this? They see the start date. They see that I've brought some positive energy. They see, and I usually give them a little note there. Feel free to look through the file section. They get to look through the files. They get to see, what's happening, how they should get started. I usually put the Shakeology recipes in there. Anything that you find useful can go in the file section of the challenge group. So I get it all set up, and then I start adding my people. All of my challenge groups, my monthly challenge groups, you have to have a fitness program, and you have to have Shakeology. Now, there are people who are training for marathons. There are people who are getting ready for their Tough Mudders and all this stuff. They go to the gym. That's okay. But what I want them to do is have access to a program at home if they want one. And without a doubt, they have to have Shakeology. We have our free groups for people who don't have Shakeology. So you always get the person who's like, oh, you just want me to buy Shakeology? No, that's not true. I support people in all different ways. This challenge group where I put all my effort just happens to be for people who are working on their fitness, their nutrition, and they're drinking their shakes. And they're really committed to seeing a change. That's how I describe it. I run an ongoing free group that just stays open for community. I know Chris's challenge group is more ongoing. We were chatting about that at the beginning, different types of challenge groups you could have. So once all of that awesome information is loaded into the file section, and I'll share some resources in the file section of our new coach group so you can see what I use. I post off a document. So if you're growing your team, you're always bringing in new coaches. So you bring in a new coach and you have to duplicate yourself. You basically have to say, this is what I do, and you don't have all the time in the world to sit with them every day and show them what you do. So I have a document that says 30-day multi-group challenge group. I share that with my new coach. I say, for the first month, I just want you to be a rock star in this group. I want you to be the best darn challenger you can be. I want you to post every day. I want you to engage. I want you to like people's stuff, comment on people's stuff. And then next month, we're gonna take this this document I have that I post off of, and you're gonna be on Tuesday duty, or you're gonna be running a team challenge, and I'll get into that in a moment. So they have a job, and when they bring on a coach, they can do the same thing and the same thing, and it keeps going. You don't want to reinvent the wheel every 5 minutes. I will share my challenge group document with you guys. You're welcome to use it, tweak it, get rid of stuff. The general format of my challenge groups is a week of prep where we talk about, they last 4 weeks, they're 30 days. The first week we talk about goals, scheduling, we introduce ourselves, we get nutrition plans down, we figure out what fitness program we're doing if someone has All Access on Demand and they don't know where to start. I send them a welcome email that I'll share with you. That's pretty hardcore. I'm friendly in it, but I'm letting them know I'm not here to be your best friend. I'm here to really hold you accountable. So I'm going to ask that you complete this and send it back to me. I asked them for their before stats. I asked them to get a personal development book. I do that in my challenge groups. I asked them to sign a little contract saying, I will let you hold me accountable to the goals I shared with you. Now we are at a starting point. We have permission for me to hold them accountable. I use that email. I'll share that with you guys too. And then I load them into the group. They go right into the group. I do a live post to kick it off. Once everybody's in, hey guys, welcome. And you'll see it in the document I have. Welcome to our group. I'd love for you to take a few minutes to introduce yourself. My name is Jess. I'm a stay-at-home mom, blah, 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 blah. Okay, you get that? I tell them they can either do a video or they post below, and the thread gets really long. There's like 70 comments on it because everybody is welcoming one another and saying, awesome, great, I'm from New York too. Oh, I'm a teacher too. Oh, no. They go on and on and on. And we start to build this culture and community. And what does that do? That lets them see the true power of Beachbody. We're a culture. We're a community. We support one another. We want that engagement happening because they see that they can be successful when we hold one another accountable. So that's how my challenge group starts off. I also support people personally. So it starts with that personal email. I check in with all of my paid challengers once a week. So on Mondays, I have a list. I track it in my computer, or if you're a paper person, you check it on paper. You check in with them. Hey girl, just wanted to check in with you. How's nutrition looking for this week? You all set with your food? Or you might switch it up. Hey, how you doing with your workouts? Just wanted to check in, see if I can be helpful. Hey girl, just want to check in and see how you're doing with your personal development book. I know that putting some positivity into your mind really helps with producing the results you want to see on the outside. Change it up, and you're checking in with them 4 times. You can use the same message for all 10 people in your challenge group, call it a day, you're done in 10 minutes. But that lets them know that you're there. You're there in the group, and you're there personally. Now, if you get somebody who's messaging you all the time, and they're like, can you look at this meal plan? Can you fix this dinner? Can you this? Can you that? And you're like, oh, okay, hold on. We got to back off a little bit. We have to back off. Hey, Chris, can I ask you a favor? Are you there? My son is sick. I have to pick him up from school. I'm getting like the 3rd call in a row. Okay. Would you mind finishing this up?
Sure.
Okay. It's all you have to talk about is what do you do if you don't have any challengers? And starting up a new challenge group or inviting them the next month.
Sure.
I'll be right back. I just have to call the school nurse. If you could just talk about that for like 2 minutes, and I'll be right back.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, guys. So basically, if just kind of spinning off here from what Jess does, if you don't have challengers, there's a couple different ways you could handle it. You could just see who wants to actually do the next group. There are always going to be carryovers. You could run a challenge group with your, just run it with your coaches. But you could basically, you don't want to say, oh, I didn't have one this month, so we'll just go. So you want to always present it that you do have something going on, or you just say, you know what, that one was great, I'm going to start the next one. Nobody's really paying that much attention if you just go in and be like, all right, new group starts, this date. That's how I personally do it. If I have a month where it might be maybe just the group is continuing, or it's just a down month. Or you just run a free group, get that free group going and work off of that to build into a paid challenge group where you're going to get them on a program and have them have the Shakeology with it to build that that momentum going forward. Sorry, here I'm just kind of jump in here. The other thing that she was talking about was what did she say she was talking about? I guess we'll just go with keeping people involved in the challenge group. Like she said, messaging them, talking to them, and engaging within the group itself. And then from there, usually the group does start to run itself when you have a good core group of people involved in that challenge. Once they get done that program, you can then start them on their next journey of a new program and introducing them to something else. Especially now with the VOD on-demand access, it's great that they get done that round or 2 of the program they started, and then move into another program, and that keeps them going with their Shakeology, which is also, what you want to do is you want them to build that love for Shakeology like we all have. And that typically does happen the more that they continue to stay on it. So I guess at this point, why don't we just sort of open it up to any questions, and then we'll go from there as far as what Jess had wanted to touch base on.
Hi, I'm back. I have 6 children. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, if you guys have any questions, and I think Chris probably just covered this, but yeah, you can either open up a group or we just add. I add any point, even though, I'm sure you just said that, but even though the group is starting, I add people all the time. I'm always like, there's no reason that you hold off on your journey because the group doesn't start for 2 weeks. I add almost every day. Right, Erica? Let's see. All right, let's see. Do we have any? Okay, yeah. So this is a good question. I'm assuming this is from you, Erica. She said, since I'm on your team, I also send the welcome email out. I've only gotten one back, and she's a coach. Any advice for revisiting when they don't fill out their portion? Yes. Okay. So the welcome email I had mentioned is pretty involved. I reach out again. So if I send out 5 of them, say in a day, I reach back out to all 5 people and I'm like, hey guys, I just wanted to touch base because I'm here. You asked me to hold you accountable. I know you have the goal of X, Y, and Z, and this is really going to help me. I know you may not want to send me your your pictures, your stats, and this is your call as a coach. And I know you may not want to post them publicly, but I ask that you send them to me in an email, and I promise I won't open it if you don't want me to. But we need to have you held accountable. So some people, I think they don't know me in real life and they don't quite trust me yet. They might take the picture without their face in it, and sometimes they'll send that to me. Sometimes they ask me not to open it, and I totally respect their privacy and I don't open it. But what I want them to do is hold themselves accountable. I want them to say, you know, I've got this, I can do this, I have a starting point. And when they take, it's more the act of taking the picture and then, you know, going through the 1 month group and then seeing the end result at the end. So yeah, I ask for it. I know there are some coaches who will not let people into the challenge group without it. That's totally your call. I find the more firm I am on it, the more I get it back. So, and of course, we're not like drill sergeants. I'm not like, well, you didn't answer this properly, you may not come in. We have a conversation. Like, why do you feel that way? Or what do you think would happen? You know, I want you to know that you can trust me, that this will never leave. I always tell them it's locked up safe. Like, it's never going anywhere. If you don't want me to open it, I won't. I've never had anyone say, don't open it. When I let them know that that's an option, they're like, okay, you can open it. You know, I think they don't know me all of the time, especially when you're working in your Kohl's Market. They don't know you and they don't want to be plastered on Facebook, you know, like half naked. And that's understandable. Totally. So any other questions before we go, guys? Thoughts, questions? No? Okay, guys. Thanks for hopping on. I will upload this recording and add it to the group for anybody who is working. Have a great one. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.